Hello and welcome to the Experiencing Love podcast. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. I was taking a trip down memory lane recently, just looking at how the different events in my life have come together to make me who I am. And I realized something really important and really relevant for me right now, and it was that I always had everything that I needed at a given moment to learn the lesson I was meant to learn. Or as I like to look at it, I always had what I needed when I needed it. There's times that I could argue that I could have used something else in my life to achieve a different outcome, but then at the same time I could argue that I wasn't meant to achieve that outcome at that time. And this is relevant to me now because there's a lot that I would like to have in my life right now. There's a lot that I already have in my life right now. And I know that my life isn't supposed to be any other way than how it is right now. All the blessings and all the challenges included. I have all the love that I need right now. And I know that whatever comes my way, I can handle it. I have handled 100% of the things thrown my way so far. If I didn't handle those things, I wouldn't be here today. Sometimes it's easy to feel stressed or worried or anxious about what's going on, and that fear and that stress could be rooted in a fear that we won't be okay, that we can't handle something. And I regularly see that I can handle it. I have handled it, and I will handle it. I've never been handed something that I wasn't ready for. I don't think we're ever handed anything in our lives that we're not ready for. There may be things that overwhelm us. There may be things that we think we're not ready for. But I have this belief that an opportunity doesn't come into my life if I'm not ready for that opportunity. Because sometimes, let's face it, opportunities can be real. They could be big. They could be scary. Sometimes opportunities can be small. They could be stuff that we're really used to. Or maybe they're just right. They're right in the middle. They don't push us too much and they're not too easy, but we step right into them. And specifically looking at the ones that we feel are too big, I believe that those are the specific opportunities that call us to grow and to level up. Not to show us that we're not ready, but to show us that we are. And as you know, sometimes we take it, sometimes we don't. But then you'll find that the opportunities keep coming. It may take a little bit more time for them to reappear, but eventually there is something in your life that calls you to grow again. And it's your choice to take that step. So I look back at my life and all the things that have passed so far, and I see that I've had everything that I've needed to reach that next level. And sometimes I took it, sometimes I didn't. And regardless of if I took it or I didn't, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be right now. There are things that scare me and there's things that don't. And I know that if I choose to run from the fear and avoid it rather than facing it head on, I'm going to have to repeat it. And when I don't face those fears, it becomes my limits. On the other side of fear are the greatest rewards. And fear is just our imagination's undirected. Truly, fear and faith come from the same place. They're the same thing, except for the fact that faith is when we direct our imagination, and fear is when it runs wild. We feel out of control. So I choose to have faith because faith keeps me in the driver's seat. It keeps me ready to take on life's many challenges. I'm not in 100% control because obviously there's an entire world of people and places and things that are always changing. But at least I'm not reacting to the world, I'm reacting with it. Sometimes I'm even reacting before it, being proactive in what I want to do and where I want to go. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. Whatever I'm facing, whatever you're facing, just know that you have everything that you need to overcome it right now. And at the very least, if you truly believe that you don't have what you need to accomplish what you want, just know at the very core, you still have resourcefulness. You have the ability to get what you need. And in that way, you always have what you need. You have the ability to create more resources in your life. Whether that means finding them, trading for them, learning them. There's always more than what meets the eye. We're all on our journey, our hero's journey. The hero's journey is not easy. There's obstacles and there's opponents. There's moments of rest and moments of chaos. But eventually we overcome the big bad, our worthy opponent. We grow into the hero we're meant to be. And then we return home with the knowledge and the wisdom from our journey. And then we get to do it again and again and again. I feel as though I'm at a bit of a loss for words now. And I know when that happens for me, there's a deeper meaning that I need to take more action. I'm not creating enough in my life because I see my life sometimes as this cauldron. this giant pot, and there's a stew in this pot that I don't even really know what's in the stew. And what I often do is I mix the pot around, and as I mix it, things come to the surface. And I could pick those bits out, or I could just let them sit there. But I also know that when I do absolutely nothing about it, and I just let the stew sit, and everything settles, it becomes calm. And on the surface, there's less for me to pick out. There's less for me to notice. So in order to go deeper and learn more and share more, pick more bits out, I have to stir the pot. I have to cause a little chaos. I have to mix things up, mix things around, take a little action, and see what comes up. I truly have no clue where that analogy came from, but I kind of like the sound of chaos in the cauldron. Rather than just take action, sometimes I just need to cause a little chaos in the cauldron and see what comes up. Because who knows, maybe the most delicious bite is still yet to come. Actually, if I'm going to be honest, I know the most delicious bite is still yet to come. I just haven't stirred it enough. A little more chaos. I don't know. Maybe that's just my silly way of making sense of what's happening right now. I'm going to leave this one a bit shorter today and leave you to stir your own pot. Maybe take a little action or just see what's on the surface right now and decide if you do have to stir things around or if it's time to take a taste, whatever that means. Oh boy. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you enjoyed today's episode, I hope you decide to invite someone to cause a little chaos in their own cauldron. Maybe confuse them with that and enjoy whatever comes next. Maybe that is your own chaos. Remember to always fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.